So, okay. Do you remember when you put out 21, initially you would get a grip and I get busy like it's to me and all that. And I was like, Smash, you gonna go up to 98 and let them, promote your stuff? You remember what you said?
I probably said no.
And you know why?
No.
You did say no. You said, you gonna sit today? No, you said, you gonna wait for they call, you gonna wait till they call you. You said you gonna wait. I said Smack. I said Smack. That's when his tape came out rolling. I said, dude, you should get on 98. You gonna get on 98? He was like, nah, for what? My tape selling. His tape was selling. Out the backpack, out the trunk. He said, nah, I'll wait for him to call me. My man, I'm like, they're not gonna call. They're not gonna. So one day I'm listening to 98.5. This was like WP Test Pit Station where the half hour hip hop started at. And I'm listening to the radio, and it was Chili Most, who later became MC. What's his name? Black Steel. Mm-hmm. Black Steel. But back then he was Chili Most. Sorry, Black Steel, if you're watching. I didn't mean to bring it out, but
what up?
What up? But he was like, yo, Smash Money. I keep hearing your tapes, though. Come on down. Blah, blah, blah. He said all this stuff, and throughout that broadcast, it was on a Friday night. I remember calling Smash and saying, man, they was calling for you. They wanted you to come down and bring your tape. You probably, he's like, yeah, that's hard. That's hard as hell. That's what you said. Yeah. Oh, tell the story what Bo said. I forgot. Like back to the shopping center
back
thing.
Back to the shopping center.
So
after the shopping center, of course, everybody in the project's out the window watching. So get back to your grandma. She pulled him in the room like, I don't want y'all nowhere around that Smash boy no more. Y'all ain't allowed to hang out with him. He's bad.
Yeah, and he just found us out when?
Like 2 years ago.
He just found us out. Y'all Bo told him. I never said nothing. Because I was like, nah, Smash is cool. No. He's doing that graffiti, and now he's cool, you gotta get to know him. And then I think when you did Dion, Steve, and Rosie and them, and that was like closer to where we lived, they was like, oh, that's nice. He did something for Dion and Rosie, and it was Adidas. We came across that. Remember I said that's a Smash Money graffiti. We were looking at some old footage for something that's coming out soon. Get ready because it's coming out. Ooh. But Smash Money, it was a Smash Money mural right there. And I was like, oh, there goes that Smash Money. It was the Dion one with the sneakers.
The sneaks,
yeah, the Adidas. Yes. So, how many, I know you can't say, like, probably wouldn't remember, but how many tags do you think you put out there?
Who knows?
I didn't know, I knew you were, like, as far as graffiti-wise, I realized how important you was to the culture when we were at the festival in East Liberty. This had to be like 10 years ago. And they was allowing people to do graffiti. It was mostly white kids doing it. And that's when 720 was in East Liberty and all that. And I remember talking to the kids. I was working for Whamma's Rhythm and Newspaper then, doing reporting. And I remember saying to like the kids, they were like teenagers, 20s, you ever hear of Smash Money? Oh, Smash Money's a legend. He's a legend. They never see you, they just knew your name. This was like late 90s, early 2000s. They were doing this down in East Liberty. This was all before not Home Depot, before Target was there and all that stuff. All that, the tore down building, all that was still up. And they knew of you through graffiti.
Yeah, I had heard that like, I want to say like mid 90s. I had bumped, that's when I met Brian Brick.
Brian Brick, yeah.
Well, I knew Brian Brick before that when he had a Time Bomb. He had this little shop down in Bloomfield when he first started.
Okay.
But he was telling me like, man, all these kids know about you. Like, I'm like, damn, I was just minding my business doing me.
Well, you still do tats?
I just quit like last week.
So much for that tat we were wearing smashing ball.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm about to say.
No, I'm just kidding. But like, explain that. That's part of your work because you told me you didn't even have any practice on tats. Like you just, being a dribble artist, you knew that you couldn't do tats. How did that happen? You started that, and you were in the Liberty. I know you were doing them.
Yeah, I started that's kind of when I started to sit up at Moose's up at Body Works in Penn Hills.
Okay.
And I would sit up there, and I would watch him do it, and I'm like, that shit ain't that hard. So I asked dude to sell me a setup, and at the time there was a bunch of little broke dudes around that wanted tattoos. So I'm like, hey, you get free tattoos. I practice. I messed a lot of people up.
I didn't know that. So you messed people up in Penn Hills.
Nah. when I used to live off of Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I texted a lot of people. And then, like a month or so later, when I got better, that's when we opened up the shop down in East Lid.
Wow. Yeah, you were killing them down in East Liberty. You were killing them. Yeah, you were. But, okay, so before we go to this other songs, last song, how did the making of 21 come about? I remember when you did 21 on me and Rob at our first apartment on Jackson Street. Me, you, and Walt, and Rob, and we were kicking it. And y'all were about to leave after a couple of 40s later, you know. And then you was like talking about 21, and you did it right there with no music. Before you even put any music behind it, like before you even went in the studios, this was when it was in the process. And you first was going initially, was it Walt was going to do that first?
Yeah.
And what happened?
He called me and was like, yo, I got an idea for a jam I want you to write. That was right on the heels when I wrote that lampshade for Bo.
Right, the lampshade, okay.
And he's like, I want you to write a song for me. I'm like, what? He's like, about, something called By the Time I Turned 21. About a young dude hustling. I'm like, oh, all right, let me think about it. So like for a week, I'm like kicking ideas around and making beats. But like I said, like a beat speaks to me. And I didn't make a beat that spoke to that subject matter. And when I made that beat, I wrote that song in like an hour.
For real?
Yeah, it took me an hour to write that.
That's it.
And I called Walt back. I didn't even have a sequencer yet. So I got all the samples on the keyboard. I got the phone like this, reading the paper. And I'm hitting all the music like this.
Before cell phones.
And then after the end with the gunshot, he was like, I don't ever say that like that. Just keep that.
Really?
Yeah.
That was meant for you to say it.
I mean, Bo had talked about it a couple weeks ago. I was like, it's always a tale when somebody writes another song for somebody. Like when I'm talking about at the port where the dude's selling drugs, I said Homewood as a whole, but I named streets in Garfield, the Bow and Red Brick.
Right.
If I wrote that for me, I would have named streets in Homewood and said Garfield as a whole.
Right.
Yeah, but I wrote it from the perspective of somebody from Garfield.
So that's what it was initially for Walt.
Yeah.
Oh, you just kept it in there after that anyway.
Yeah, it was hard.
Because it was hard.
Yeah.
You only took you how long to write that?
I literally took an hour.
That's a masterpiece.
Yeah. That's
a masterpiece.
Only thing I don't like is too long. That's the only thing I don't like. It's too freaking long.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's a story.
It's too long.
People don't say The Godfather was too long, or.
That's a movie though.
But this is a story.
Yeah, it's just, I wish it was. I could have.
What would you have took out? How could you take anything out of that?
You can't. But I'm just saying it's just too long. It's just too long.
Well, I remember I was looking on YouTube one day. I looked it up, 21, and it came up.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing all the comments. And somebody somewhere thought they knew what the hook said.
Yeah.
And then they were corrected.
A lot of people corrected people. Let people live their life. What's wrong with people, man? Social media, let people live. Who corrected them?
You did.
My bad. Nah, it's cool to correct people. Get them straight.
When you start saying that, I was like, oh, he's going there. I was like, okay, I'm not going to tell him. I'm not going to say he's the one correcting him. But you just asked me, so I wasn't going to say it. No, yeah, you did. But it wasn't under Smash Money. It was under your real name.
Okay.
So they said that they're like, had a life, or rather, life. But they said what they thought it said, and you were like, you said their name, and you said wrong. And then you said what it said, and they said thank you, and they said your name, and then went about it. I was like, wow, they don't even know that Smash. Who just corrected them?
Where'd that hook come from?
Oh, that's Funkadelic.
Okay, take your
Had a life, or rather, that's from the Maggot Brain album. Yeah.
Take your card.
Oh, no, hell no.
Change the intro music. You don't deserve to have that intro music if you don't know that one.
Yeah, that's Funkadelic. Off the Maggot Brain album. That's a classic album. But that whole song was just incredible to this day. Like, when people listen to it, like when my kids, like, they would listen to it, they was like, Dad, you should put a video to that. I was like, this is back then, though. It was back then. This is like, they're looking at it today as opposed to back then. But
yeah, back then, I wish I still had the flyer. Some dude made a play based on that song that they performed down Pity. Did it for like 2 weeks. I don't have the poster anymore.
What's the name of the play?
By the Time I Turned 21.
Oh, same as the song.
It was based on the song. He made a play based on the song.
Really?
Basically, just they acted out the song.
You don't remember who it was that did the play? Or?
Some random dude that just called, got my number some kind of way, and was like, hey, I did this. Do you mind if I make this? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I went down to the open night, all that down Pit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, how was it? How was the play?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. And some girl inboxed me, I didn't call her a girl, she's a girl woman, inboxed me a while back and was like, yeah, that's song 21. I did my senior thesis paper on that song. Played the song and really just broke it down. Made everybody shut up and listen to the song. And at the end, when the gun shot, everybody was just sitting there like, wow. And I just broke the whole thing down from a social economic point of view. And like the whole man.
Yeah, that ending leaves you like, wow, what? That's it. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what happened, but people want, like, when I first heard it, I was like, oh, I'm like, that's it. It's over with. You know, so, and, okay, so, when you were talking about you were at a club, was that Nats? When you say, I sent him over a bottle of Dom Perry and raised my glass.
No.
It was Nats.
Because we was in Nats every day.
Right.
It had to be.
So, the
arts, y'all, arts.
It's arts now. But when I sent him over a bottle of Dom Perry, I raised my glass.
When I'm writing, I see Nats in my head.
I knew it. That was Nats. Arts
sitting in the back corner on top of that thing.
Right.
In my head when I wrote that.
Yeah. Wow. So, did you ever think about doing a remake of it?
A remake?
Like a 21, like a new 21 or a different version of, not 21, but it's something else similar to that.
Actually,
on that line, you know.
I was going to continue that story. The song Out of Town Spot.
There's an Out of Town Spot? Yeah.
The Rip Van Winkle dude, that's his story. And then I was going to put another story after Out of Town Spot that ended with him getting chased by the cops and throwing his stuff out the window so that you could understand that they all tie together. I just never wrote the song.
Damn. You can still do it. That's some Pulp Fiction type.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Because you can't tell that Out of Town Spot is a prequel to 21.
Right.
But the dude that threw the stuff out the window, that's his story. And then I was going to continue it and end up with 21 Starts.
Wow. You think he still may do it?
I might. I hear the right beat.
All right. Well, it'll be your beat, so it's up to you, basically. And like we waiting for a producer, because that's what you're going to do. So we're going to play By the Time I Turn 21. Smash Money right here on a half hour of hip hop. Bear with this cassette, because it's not like a CD, but we can turn it up some.
Yeah, come on. Here we go. The bottle broke, the mic broke.
I know the story behind it. I want to ask you about that.
Mic broke.
All right.
Yeah, this show out for all them young buck niggas that wanna be big gigs. We gon' kick that shit. Oh, happy day. It's my birthday and I'm 12 now. No need for a party cause my voice is in the juvenile detention center. They got sucked up when the boys pulled that bus last winter. But they won't get me cause I ain't trying to sell no coke. Cause I ain't about dying over some fool's money that I can't even spend. Just to take part in this trend, fuck that. So I grab my hat and my coat, put on my low school bus off in the distance. I can hear a siren and that old familiar sound of a Glock 9 firing. The noise is getting closer, so I keep a lookout. Like I said, I ain't trying to get any took out. The car hit or left out, coming up the block, but the caps have been pumped out. I'm thinking, damn, I got nowhere to cover on the street, and as he passed me, he threw a bag at my feet. I did a slick when I picked it up, so nobody witnessed. I gotta see what is this. I looked around and then I opened it up. It was a crack big dream out of ya. Should I come up or should I leave it here? I can have a bench by the end of this year. School ain't gonna pay me, so I'm gonna cut and go see the neighborhood chemist to cook my shit up. I kick up a grand full of feet, and nobody got 20 big as me. So niggas toes get stomped on and smashed. All my mother's friends, yo, they now owe me cash. Just say, I'm 12 years old, got G's I can spend for fun. I should be the kingpin when I'm 21. Come on.
Make you do what I look. Use that. What is that? It's perfect. It's perfect.
4 years later, I'm 16 and living real fat. Got a limo with a pool in the back. Got a big mansion up in my Roseville. Financing full by the niggas on the hill. Niggas
Like
on the
before I
block,
wasn't cool
red
stuff,
brick
when I
and
was
home
like,
would
man,
make
I
me
was
hit
like,
up, cause my
I was
shit's
one of
really
them
good.
niggas, or at least
How do I
seen it,
know,
I
yo,
was like,
I
this
tell ya, I
person
test
talking
it,
about.
put it in the ticket, then proceed to molest it. Half a mil on a deal, I can't take no hell. My grandmother said that I'm going to hell, but she's saying it, louder in the louder in the louder. Cause I pay for operations when they shot. Little big man, my handle. Everything I do is the neighborhood scandal. Hoses on my dick, I'm getting ass and I don't have to say a word. And people used to say I was a nerd. Today I heard I had a contract on me. Remember that nigga from 4 years ago? He was me. I guess it was his last and he fell. Put a price on my head from the county jail. But I ain't sweating it cause I got niggas that'll daisy push if I tell them to. So from now on I'm keeping six with me. So don't look like you're trying to come get me. Cause I'll have up get your ass too. Even though you've been down from the start of all this. In this business, nobody's trustworthy. Everybody's got a gun. And many fools never see 21. Birthday Eve and I'm out. In my left a red Corona, in my right again.
So we got arts right now,
singing it's your birthday.
We got arts right now.
Shaking
Right
my
now.
ass, cause in 10 minutes I'll be 21. I told you I'll be lost by this day. Big man's here to stay. And over the way, I see this nigga with a beard to his navel. Sitting down at this table. He keep watching me, clocking me. I wonder, does he got me? Or is he jocking me? So I send him over a bottle of Dom Perry on and raise my glass. He raised his back, put on his sack and said I had a sale. After this transact, I'm gonna buy a hotel. And throw a big party for my birthday to last all week, complete with clean sheets. Suck me in this rip band, wiggle looking nigga. Left the clubbing by my side with my six on the trigger. Headed for the spot where we can make the switches. This construction site in the ditch. I said, where's the money? He said, where's the coke? Then he started laughing like it was a joke. At this instant, I know that I seen him somewhere, but that nigga got loot, I don't care. I opened up my case and I'm showing him keys. He pulled out his G-lock and started to squeeze. So I stuck behind my truck and started asking, why ain't my trigger niggas over there for blasting? Peeked over the hood and they all dead. Poked me in the back of my head. As I turned around and looked the nigga with his beard, threw the gun and stuck it all up in my ear. Now I remember where I seen his face. That's that nigga threw the shit out the car when he was getting checked. Now I'm looking down the barrel of his gun. In 3 more minutes, I'll be 20.
Damn, that's like a leave you suspended. Like, what would you rank that as far as your songs you wrote and produced?
Like my personal favorites?
Yeah.
It's like 12 or 13.
That's number 12 or 13?
Yeah.
What's your number one song? All time.
That I made?
Yeah.
It's a it's an R&B song. I think I sent it to you. It's a song called Refine.
I got some R&B that you sent me.
Yeah, that's my favorite song ever.
Is that right? Okay, now you also. Okay, let's go back to the. Well, I understand what happened with you and Rush and Tough. Mailman, the Leo the Line thing.
Same thing. He was in my way. Bo told me one day that that's his favorite rapper. I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be your favorite rapper.
That was Bo's favorite.
I know. Like, no. When I write a rap, I'm like, I'm gonna be Bo's favorite rapper again. I swear to God, watch. Oh, like this.
So, Mailman had a song called Leo the Lion, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why he said Leo the Lion can't catch the cheetah. You couldn't burn it, you slap it with a heater.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you think you ever heard it?
I don't care.
No, I don't care. I don't care about that. That's not why I asked you. I was just curious.
I don't know.
I was asking because I didn't know if y'all talked or anything.
Yeah, I seen him when we was both living in LA. I seen him in the Guitar Center. I've talked to him after that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was never brought up. What about? Okay, you worked with Dana Dane before too.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
With the label I was on out there, he was on the label.
What was he like, Dana Dane? Was it?
Dana Dane's cool. That's my man.
So you work with Dana Dane. You've been in like different places. Like you're not local. You're like everywhere. You're global.
I'm local.
Well,
I only care about Pittsburgh. I don't care about everybody else musically.
Oh no, I don't mean that. I don't mean that way. No, I meant like as far as where you've gone and traveled and all the places you put your mark in and put your print down and everything. Like they remember you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, somebody with DJ Lights was telling me that he was out LA like, yo, like man, everybody I talked to, I told them in Pittsburgh, they asked me if I know you.
Yeah. Did you like it out LA?
Yes and no.
What was the?
When I lived in LA, I realized I like music, not the music business. Because originally, music is something I did to do with my friends, and my friends wasn't there. And it was people that just saw me as a commodity, and where money is the focus, creativity dies. And I'm about creativity. So
no doubt.
I don't do that. That's why I don't do tattoos anymore, because it became a money-driven thing, and I didn't enjoy it anymore.
Also, this came to me. I want to send a shout out to the half-hour hip-hop viewer, the viewer shout out. Just to name a few people: Busy B, Will Herndon, Britt Brooks, G5, my brother-in-law Jason McGinnis, FG, Bootsy in the Bronx. Bootsy, Lester from Garbo. Yeah. He lives in the Bronx now. Shout out to Bootsy in the Bronx. Mo from Boston / Atlanta. Marta Star. Who else we got here? Amy from Penacon Dairy. That's what's up. Remember Amy? You don't remember Amy. Penacon Dairy. Penacon Amy. And also Cliff, the Pittsburgh hip hop historian.
I'm about to go see him as soon as I leave.
Who, Cliff? Is that right?
I'm giving him a whole bunch of unreleased music. He's giving me a whole bunch of he's got the dopest collection of Pittsburgh music I've ever seen.
You see what I just called him, the Pittsburgh hip hop historian? Cliff, that's the guy who sent
go meet him.
Comment to us about when we first got started. That's Cliff. Good dude. He has a. We got to get him on here one day. We will. Yeah. Cliff, we got to get you to come on the show because you have a lot to offer. The music he has, it's like I've never seen no catalog like that. Never seen no catalog like that. So we got all those people we want to mention. Also, if you want to send a shout out, call us on the Marksy Production Hotline 412-734-1067 to get a shout out. Send us a shout out. Say your name, whoever, even if people are named. Call that number and leave a recording on a shout out, how you like the show, and then say your name and everything, and we'll play it back. Simple as that. Once again, thank you so much.
I appreciate it. When I first heard about it,
tell the story about when you first heard about the Hip Hop.
I'm here in town. I'm up Gandy's. Busy B come in like, yo, you know Mark C doing the show? Like, yeah, like Bo and them was on it. Like, where is it? Like, man, it's on YouTube. I went in the bathroom, put in my AirPods at the club, like watching all 3 episodes. Like
from the bathroom. I told you Smash did that?
And I hit you on Facebook, like, yo, I'm in town, I'm trying to do one. Call me. Hurry up before I leave.
But it was funny because one day I was leaving work when you called me. This was after 3D Train. You called me, it's like, yo, when's my turn? And I was like, oh, you're Raptor Standing Man. I already had you like 4th before I even talked to you. I'm like, Raptor Standing Man, you're next. And it's funny because Standing Man's name was mentioned in prior episodes, each one, as well as your name. So why wouldn't you be the next one to come on? Your history, you have so much material that we gotta bring you back, as well as what I told you about the H&M, Stair Street Records, all that stuff. We gotta still. There's so much to cover that we gotta come back again and have you come back again.
Well, I come bearing gifts. She can't open hers on camera, so you might as well open them both. Okay, you want to open yours later?
No, open it now. Open it for the camera.
That's yours.
That's this man? Wow. It would take Smash to do something like that. Get me off guard, man. Hold up. Hold up. Man, hold on. You got it? Look at this. Oh, man. Oh, this is Mariah. Man, I can't stand you. I love you. I got mixed emotions. I'm not going to cry holding it in. I'm going to cry when you leave, bro. I'm not going to cry when I get in the car. All right, this is Mariah. Hip Hop, the reboot. Whoa, Mariah.
That's nice.
That's because in your family, he's the oldest, and you're the youngest, the one in the 5.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing. Thank you.
I got you. So I take it you appreciate what we're doing. I just say what you say. Wow. Man. feel like Sean D did when he got that TVA card. I swear.
Yeah, that was dope. I had to call my mother. Was like, that was our phone number. She's
Oh,
like,
the 411. That was Smash number, by the way. Oh man, look. I don't know if you talked to Bud or something, but this is the color, same color of our old softball jerseys when I played for the Guard for a while.
Yeah.
Red and white. I was number 22. I'm number 1 now. Wow, I'm the first, right?
Hold it up again.
Oh, this is crazy. This is, man.
Incredible. Turn it around.
Oh, this is hard as hell. He didn't mention this because he
Caught you off surprise.
Got me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's usually what you do.
That's usually what I do.
And Smash Money came through.
Smash Money
Stole the show.
I did my internship at this man's tutelage. I know all the tricks. I know them all.
Wow. So look, you saw here first. Smash Money came bearing gifts. Executive producer, camera technician,
I
editing
rest y'all
specialist.
come in. I just set a bar.
Yes,
Bring
he
stuff.
did. He just set a bar. Tell me this.
Set a bar. Bring stuff.
Wow. This is a lovely way to end it. This is like a festive moment, like happy half-hour hip-hop holiday.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Wow. So with that being said, we're going to close out because how can we top this? There's nothing we can play or say now. So until next time, this is Mark C. signing off. Executive producer, camera technician, editing specialist from Mariah, my daughter. Thank you. I love you. And Smash Money, thank you again for
having me.
Man, and who will be on the next episode? We don't know. Only time will tell. Just tune in. Right here. See you on the next episode of Half Hour Hip Hop. Peace.
Production. We'll always get paid. We'll take the wackest song and make it better. Remember to let us into your skin, cause then you'll begin to master rhyming. Criminal minded, you've been blinded. Looking for a style like mine, you can't find it. They are the audience, I am the lyricist. Sometimes the suckers on the side gotta hear this.